Hi, this is Nigel Maynard, Editor-in-Chief of DSN's Inside Beauty, and welcome to Beauty Talk, a new video series where we interview the movers and shakers in the beauty space. My special guest today is Sophia Dennis. Sophia is the head of programming and brand strategy at Beautycon, which is a major player in the beauty business. Sophia, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am good. I'm so glad that you said yes to joining us on the program because
Oh,
I
of
think
course.
you're a good person to start with because of your new role at Beautycon as well as your experience. So, what role has beauty played in your life?
Oh, I would say a lot, a lot. And I think for me, it's, kind of been like a way of life, right? And I grew up in an environment where my whole family worked in a family business that was centered around beauty. And so I really saw it as, something that could be an economic potential for different groups of people, whether that be, groups of people who were, immigrant groups of people, women, whomever, right? I think in addition to that, also seeing it as something that is deeply cultural, and something that is, a product of so many different cultures interacting and engaging with one another.
Well, now in your new role at Beautycon, how are you going to bring some of that into what you're doing for the organization?
When you're at a BeautyCon event and you're watching the programming moments on stage and you're listening to what we're saying and what we're talking about, you're consuming that information, right?
Right.
And so inherently, when you're sitting down and you're listening to our, the State of Beauty panel, which talks about socio-political issues through the lens of the beauty industry, such as sustainability, et cetera, you're listening to those conversations and you're now able to think about, oh, wait, beauty is so much more complex than I thought it was. Like now I can think about beauty from an aspect of innovation. Now I can think about beauty from an aspect of globalization, et cetera. So kind of creating these moments within our events and within our content, and within the people that we work with and all the different ways that we engage with our community that really challenge the status quo that tries to box beauty in to be this superficial thing is really how we want to try to intellectualize beauty and how we do intellectualize beauty.
Now, we saw recently that Amazon is projected to be the largest beauty retailer by next year, by 2025. So I was wondering, what implications does that have for communities and community building?
I think there's a few things to point out. There's one, the increase in affiliate links, which
Mm,
has to do with communities, right? So
yeah.
influencers are able to build and curate communities and then direct them to Amazon to purchase beauty products, et cetera, via affiliate links, and then, make some sort of commission because of those affiliate links. And so that's an aspect that, really drives sales for Amazon. And that is due to the community that these individual influencers are able to create. And I think that
Yeah.
it's really awesome that the creators are able to, earn some sort of trackable amount of money based on the amount of people that they are encouraging to go out and purchase a product based on their recommendation, and based on their trusted recommendation.
Mhm.
Now, the problem is that sometimes the products sold on Amazon can be authentic, basically, right? So if you're being led to an Amazon link, you might not necessarily be getting your product from the source that you think you're getting your product from, and it may not be the authentic version of your product. And
Right.
I've seen this a lot as I've gone down the rabbit hole of, for example, sunscreen, right? Because that'll be like the most important thing, because that's like a product that has to go through testing in order to get some sort of, in order to get an SPF clearance, you have to go through different like regulating bodies, right?
Right.
And so if you're buying a counterfeit sunscreen is significantly worse than buying like a counterfeit body wash, right?
Yeah.
Because a
Mhm.
body wash is just supposed to clean you. A sunscreen is supposed to give you a level of protection, and it's supposed to give you a level of protection, and make you more secure from, like sun cancer and whatever the case may be.
Right.
So that is an issue sometimes with larger retailers where there is less regulations on, the actual products being listed on the platform and whether or not they're coming from the actual retailer that you think they're coming from. And so that can have negative impact on the communities that, are really looking for those products.
What role, if any at all, can the organization play to support the regional and the local retailers?
For us, events are our bread and butter. And so I would love to partner with, brick and mortar stores and to do events there. So I think that is definitely a way that Beautycon can support smaller stores via content, social media takeovers, different types of partnerships. There are so many different ways for us to support stores. We are definitely a brand and a company that is interested in promoting small businesses and, discussing what that is like and how the landscape has changed for small businesses, especially post-COVID.
What does the future hold for Beautycon? And how do you plan to expand?
We plan to expand in every way, shape, and form. We actually just launched our Beauty Confidentials program this Monday. And we've had an overwhelming amount of support for that so far on both sides of the spectrum for that. So I'm very excited about that. And that's basically a brand ambassador program where we're with micro influencers that we've sourced through our social media and larger brands to produce content. So I'm super excited about that and super excited to build that out to actually be a very substantial leg of this business and building that out in a way that I feel like it would be pretty unexpected and pretty unique. So definitely that. I'm a big ideas girl, so I'm constantly kind of innovating and coming up with new ways to kind of like make the business what it needs to be in order to support the community that it currently has, and in order to grow and reach new communities and new audiences. So I think the future is this boundless, it's limitless. And yeah, I'm super excited. And we've got so many things that we're working on and so many things that we're reshaping. We have Beautycon LA coming this fall, which we're also super excited about, and more events to come in 2025.
And when is Beautycon LA happening?
It's going to be this fall in November in LA.
Okay, great. Sophia Dennis, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.